Honestly, the DC database is a structural nightmare. I've been running simulations on Brainiac, and he's the only thing that actually keeps me awake, a cold, hyper-intelligent machine that doesn't want to rule you. It just wants to turn your entire planet into a compressed zip file for its shelf.
Oh, the space computer is too big for your ego, Stark. I've been looking at the files on your purple man and feeling sick. A guy who can command you to stop breathing, just by standing in the same zip code, is a special kind of hell for anyone who actually values their own head.
Look at you two bonding over trauma. If I'm in DC land, I'm avoiding the Joker like he's a spoiled chimichanga. Not because he's scary, but because he's a spotlight hogging hack who's Harji. Comedy routine is just a cry for attention from a guy who clearly needs a hug and a shower.
I don't care about your theater or your compressed files. I care about results, and your world has a dog named Victor Zass that needs to be put down. He's a pure, nihilistic void who kills for a tally mark. There's no grand plan to disrupt. Just a stain on humanity that doesn't know when to stop.
Frank, you're missing the scale. Zass is just a guy with a knife, but Brainiac's deadliest weapon is his sentient malware. He doesn't just shoot you, he infects your tech, your memories, and your DNA, turning your entire legacy into a trophy. How do you shoot a guy who's already turned your heart into a 404 error?
Oh, don't shoot him, you find the server. But you can't find the server with Kilgrave's pheromones. His weapon is your own biology. You're fully conscious while he forces you to walk into traffic or hurt a friend. It's the ultimate violation because your body betrays you before your mind even realizes there's a fight.
Speaking of body betrayals, let's talk about Joker Venom. It's a chemical cocktail that turns your brain into a melting grilled cheese sandwich while you laugh your lungs out. Dying with a permanent rigor, Mortis grin is terrible for my brand. I want to go out complaining, not giggling.
You guys overcomplicate it with gases and tech, but Zass's weapon is his absolute lack of fear. He has no leverage, no family, and no ego. He's just a surgical instrument made of meat. When a man has already accepted his own end, he becomes an unstoppable force, because he doesn't hesitate to pull the blade.
He's a guy with a folding knife, Frank. I could neutralize him with a magnetic pulse before he got within 10 feet. But Brainiac uses shrink ray digitization. He literally steals the battlefield.
You're so arrogant, Stark. You think a pulse solves a guy like Kilgrave. He doesn't need to be close, he just needs to be audible. He could walk into your precious Avengers tower. Say, Tony, go for a swim in the ocean without your suit. And you'd do it with a smile on your face.
Speaking of smiles, Joker's real weapon is his narrative gravity. The guy survives stuff that should turn him into a fine red mist just because the universe thinks he's interesting. It's like fighting a guy who has the script in his back pocket. Believe me, I know a rigger when I see one.
Narrative doesn't stop a 50 cal Wade, and neither does willpower. I've been wondering about your power rings, Todd. How does a piece of jewelry fueled by imagination bypass the laws of physics? It seems like a lazy excuse for a soldier who can't win a fight without a magic light show.
It's emotional energy, Frank. Don't try to math it, or you'll end up like Stark over here. And speaking of lazy Tony, I've always wondered about Latvian diplomatic immunity. How does Dr. Doom commit literal genocide on a Tuesday, and then give a keynote speech at the UN on Wednesday?
Thank you. Finally, I've been saying this for years. The Speed Force is even worse. Is it a physical law or just a cosmic, get-out-of-jail-free card for a guy in red tights? Every time a Flash runs, he's basically slapping the face of every scientist who ever lived.
Question for the DC kids: what is the pH balance of a Lazarus pit? Does it feel like a refreshing minty tingle when you're being resurrected? Or is it more like being dunked in a vat of spicy gazpacho that also happens to turn your soul into a dumpster fire?
I've wondered about the Themysciran legal system. You have a literal island of elite warriors, but they seem more interested in philosophy than actually cleaning up the trash on the mainland. If they have that much power, why do they let monsters like Zass even breathe?
Redemption is a tactical liability, but honestly, what's with Arkham Asylum? Why not just build a prison that actually, holds people? My armor's bathroom has better security than that gothic birdcage. It's like they want the villains to escape for the drama.
Because they believe in redemption, Frank. Which is why I don't work with them. And Wade, the pits smell like copper and old blood, and the madness feels like your brain is being scrubbed with steel wool. It's not a spa day, and it sure as hell isn't a joke.
It's a theme park for the mentally unstable Tony. But I've always wondered about your sentinels. Why spend billions on giant purple robots that always get trashed by teenagers? It seems like a lot of overhead for a very messy PR disaster. Just hire a hitman, it's tax deductible.
It's about fear, Wade, not efficiency. I've always wondered if the civilians in your world, Todd, actually feel safe with gods flying around. In my world, the stakes feel human. In yours, you're just collateral damage in a divine wrestling match between a son, God, and a billionaire.
We're going in circles. I'm going back to my lab to build a suit that's specifically designed to be own bottleable and own commandable. I'm not letting some purple creep or a space collector take my autonomy while I'm busy trying to save the world from itself.
Good luck with that, Stark. Personally, I'm going to go check my mental triggers. Talking about Kilgrave makes me want to lock myself in a lead-lined room. If the Joker and the Green Goblin ever decide to grab a drink, I'm moving to a different dimension entirely.
I'm going to find a way to get a Green Lantern ring. I've got enough willpower to binge watch 18 seasons of a show I hate, so I should be able to manifest a giant glowing taco. Catch you guys later. Try not to get erased from reality while I'm gone.
Reality is just a target that hasn't been hit yet. This was a waste of breath, but at least I know which freaks to prioritize if the walls between us keep thinning. I've got work to do. Unlike you three, I don't need a monologue or a drink to get the job done.